I tell you what, we have used it much more than I would have thought we would use. I mean, when we first put it in, the idea was, when we brought it up in the business meeting, it was mainly because, you know, we wanted to do the announcements on it and, you know, the praise songs that we, you know, Carol and I came over here a little while ago and set it up for Sunday. And with Easy Worship, you have, you know, you can put a background like that. And I guess you can do that in PowerPoint too, you know, but you have all kinds of backgrounds you can put in now. With Easy Worship, you have over here, we build like a schedule. You know, we've got the first thing we'll do, this is the schedule, this is the preview, and then if you go live, this is what you end up with like that. And we usually run that, we'll run that Sunday morning, you know, probably 15 or 20 minutes before it starts. And then we have background music we play behind it. I think this is what I got going for Sunday. But that's what we run there. And then as you go down, like, you know, the prep, like the announcements first, and then we do, you know, this will be our praise songs, and you'll go live with that. And now it's kind of labor intensive because somebody's got to be up there to do it every Sunday, you know.
You have to forward it to the next slide, you mean?
Well, you do on these here. Chorus, verse 4, chorus. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you know, it's not. It's just somebody's got to do it.
Well, with the hymns, does the pianist still play the hymns?
Yeah, she's playing the hymns and all. Okay. And these hymns will be in the. Let's see. This was the one we set up today. And like today, the secretary gives me this. This is this Sunday's bulletin. Like hymn 436, he included me. Came in here, the video card. We could not get the split screen function to work, and that caused a problem. So we couldn't use Easy Worship for a little while when we had the 30 day, and probably about the 28th day we got the split screen to work. We got it to working. Of course, then it was running out, you know. And I called the lady at Easy Worship. He said, "Oh, that's not a problem. We'll give you all another 30 days." So we did, and that kind of sold it on it there. So. But it's a lot of stuff you can do with Easy Worship that, like for instance, if you want to show a DVD or a portion of the DVD, you can put it up on, you can set it up on Easy Worship, and just like you edit a video, you know, you can just start and stop point and all that stuff, and you can edit that part out, and then when you get it, you can add that to your schedule, so when you get ready to show that, you can do that, say. It's a lot of stuff you can do. I mean, it's a lot of stuff we can do here. Like I said, so much more stuff that we are doing now that the pastor even brought his big screen TV in here one day for the kids because he had done, I think, the music camp. He brought his big screen TV from home and set it up here with a computer up there. That's what I told him. I said, you know, that's not right for him to have to do that, you know. So, but that's about.
Do you build like, in other words, if you were to start off with that one background and then the pastor wants to have a certain Bible verses or something they want to preach from for that day, you pull up that, or can you have to build the one you want and put it on a background and just flip to it when he gets ready to do that?
That's basically what we do. We'll run the announcements. When the pianist comes up here to start to play, we'll cut the background music out, and then I'll do something like, oh, I got a black pen. I guess that's why. But what we'll do when she starts playing and Paul comes up there, and usually I would black this out, and then I would go to the next thing on the schedule, which would be, you know, the praise songs here. I just basically follow this, and I would click on that, and then I would go live with it. And then once, you know, they get ready to sing that, you can unblack it and go down it like that, you know. Then these are the hymns that they're going to sing Sunday.
And they're all listed off to the side and you just
Yeah,
pick the next
they're all
one
within
and
the
get ready to
schedule.
sing it.
Right, they're over here in their schedule. And what I would do here is go live with this, like this would be verse 1. And let's see, I've got it cleared now. So that would bring up verse 1 and so on like that. And then you go to chorus, then verse 2, then back to chorus.
So whoever's doing it's really gotta pay attention, don't they?
Yeah. it's
And they
not-
almost have to have a hymn book in front of them until they learn that.
No, because when you read it, you can actually read it here. This is,
It tells you what, oh, I
see, this is what
verse.
I'm doing here. This is actually, this is the preview, this is what's live.
Okay,
You gotta pay attention to what you're doing, because if you clicked on, like for instance, if you went to verse 1 and then you went to chorus and then you accidentally went back to verse 1 again,
right.
you know, because you got some people going, they still gonna wanna read that book.
Well, and that's what I was saying, you really gotta be paying attention, you can't be.
Yeah, you gotta, yeah, you can't go to sleep on it. In fact, Brady, you can't really go to sleep on anything you do up here, I think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other song, we got, that's the Bible verses there. Precious Lord, now that one there, would you think that would be in the hymn books? Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me
Yeah,
on.
older ones probably.
No, it's not in our hymn book. No, we went out to Song Select today, because I couldn't find it in the hymn book. If you don't have it there, you can always do something like songs, then Song Select Lyric Service, and it brings it up, take my hand.
Yeah, click on it.
And when you go out there and do a search on it, and we just pay for the lyrics, so we don't get any music over here. But if you notice, like, Take My Hand is listed down, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know. And what I usually do is just match it up, you know, the hymn book will say this one here or something like that, and then you can add to the schedule, or you import it and then add to the schedule. So if it's not already in here, Song Select is something I'd say we get probably, you gotta have that, because probably 80% of the songs that are in the hymn book are not, they don't come default with Easy Worship. You know.
And y'all, I think y'all have a more updated hymn book than ours, don't you? Copyright 1991.
And one.
When you said, save it to the schedule, in other words, it puts it in the line of all the stuff going on.
Yes, puts
Sunday
it-
morning, and then you, when you get to it, you already have the song,
Right,
the lyrics.
right.
So you have to actually build it each week. Like, it's on the
Yeah.
bulletin, you have to actually build it in Easy Worship.
Yeah, I usually
Your
wait till.
format, it's
I
got
usually
the
wait,
scenes and
usually
everything.
what, Carol sings in the choir. So normally Wednesday night choir practice, she sings down there, I come up here and put this together. And, you know, sometimes she comes up here with me because if I can't find it in Song Select to match up with that, then there's a way you can go in there and edit it and stuff like that. Like the one today, Take My Hand. That's not in there. Let's see, that wasn't in Easy Worship and it wasn't in Song Select. So we just pulled one out. Of course, Carol types a lot faster than me, so I just read it to her at the book and she typed it and we put it in it that way. So you could do that, but it gets more labor intensive and all, you know.
So you can change the fonts and everything as to what you want it
That
to
is
show.
one thing that I think they fixed with Easy Worship 6. Here you can't, like, if the,
So it only has one standard font that you can use.
well, it depends, and it may be around that, for instance, like this is a Bible verse for, you know, for Sunday. And if you notice one of them, that's bigger, that's smaller, and that's bigger. So-
Probably based on how many words it is.
It
for
is, it is, you know, and if you go, you know, one verse might have a lot more words than the other. You hate to split it in the middle, so, you know, I usually, sometimes I'll have 2 verses in one, 3 verses in the other. But then when you got a verse where it's a whole lot, one verse is a whole lot of words, you know, it's a whole lot of word, it's very wordy, then, you know, it tends to make it small. But I think I read somewhere where the newer versions of Easy Worship 6, Easy Worship 6, you have a way of adjusting the font for each one.
So it's actually adjusting the font according to how many words you put on that
Yes,
block.
right. Now, unless it's a way of doing that that I don't know about, which that's possible too, I don't know, you know. But that's basically what I know about, you know, the little bit I know about Easy Worship. Now, this is something. Let's see. Probably nice to have. Just show you. This is
Did you scroll the bulletin up there first thing when they get through to you?
yeah.
It's not showing on the screen.
Yeah, it's because I've got the extended mode.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I pull this up, I think if you don't have PowerPoint, see, I don't have this in PowerPoint, man. I did it when the kids were here.
What size screens are
These are 70s.
these? 70?
Well, you can get them, I think these came from Sam's. That little girl is over there now, that was Katie.
That's what I was telling you, that Sam's got on sale right now.
Yeah, but they had on sale for like 9 something when like
I think these were about $1,200 or something,
Yeah, they were-
$1,200 a piece. And for $99, you get 5-year maintenance on it. So you get,
Right, really exciting.
yeah. And I used to think, man, I really get for that.
Are these Samsung?
This would be good,
But
Mom.
busy. These are busy.
But I think the
That little
second
girl
one's
was
better.
here about 2 weeks ago. That's Katie. That's Katie.
That's cool to show congregation, something like that.
Boy, the kids ate that stuff up, boy. I mean, they were just like mesmerized, you know. And when Katie was over there during the music camp, and you know, the kids, all these kids had worked. Most of the kids come back every year, you know, to music camp. So they had worked with Katie last year, and Katie was one of them. She taught them the music part, and they have another girl that teaches them the dance, and you know, then Paul and his wife. But all of these people here over in Lesotho or whatever. Bible school is based on, you know, they based that this year on, you know, missions. And they're getting hit Katie calling in here one night, and, you know, on Skype. And it amazed me how good picture isn't that bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
it's
when I
not-
did it with David in India, and while I was over there, I Skyped with him every day.
Really?
Yeah, that's really good.
Can you have, you might already say this, but can you have one video over here from different than going over here?
I wouldn't think so, because it's one.
You'd probably have to have 2 computers to do that. And have 2 different
And
HDMI
splitter, so you can
signals.
take them off of, take it off of both of them and just have it on one dedicated.
Unless they'd have software or something, because I know the specs on the video card. The video card was one of the most expensive pieces of equipment with a computer, you know. And that video card, you can add other HDMI outputs to it, so. You know,
Maybe like that, you could, you know, unplug one, have a cable come out of the back of the PC and just unplug it from the splitter, plug it into the internet. Well, if you did like a split screen, you were talking about that earlier. When you did that, the split screen, you split it part here, part there. Still, it's the same signal going to all of it.
yeah, see, if right here it's the same, you know, it's one HDMI output coming into this card. But if you had another video card with a separate HDMI output going to it,
I was just curious.
You have to have
about that. You'd run across
What would you
it.
want to do that for? I'm just curious, what,
Just like in Bible school or something, you might have a couple of different things going on at the same time.
I think the video card here
I don't know.
was almost as much. I think the stuff I gave you there, it's got, I gave you a price of what it was about 10 months ago. It seemed like to me the video card was $120-something or something like that.
Some video cards cost up to thousands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I understand Purple Springs, they don't use Easy Worship, they use something else. And they have projectors. Yeah, they have projectors. One of the fellows told me that they paid close to $15,000 just for the computer.
well,
You
let
know,
me,
I don't know.
I have a question for you. Down at Poplar Springs, they actually have these screens in here, plus they have them in the nursery. Do y'all broadcast into the nursery?
We don't
Screens?
here, and we've got an extra output on here. That would be something, you know.
Because they do that there. They actually even, because they have those nice hallways, they even have the screens out there. So I guess like if you've got a crying baby or whatever, they can go sit down on the couch. But of course, we don't have anything like that. But, you know, something like that might be kind of nice if, you know, I just didn't know if it was.
Easy
an
worship,
option.
it's got something built in here, for something like that. Like if a parent wanted to, if a child's crying and the parent wants to get in touch with them, they can put something up on the screen and say,
That we
hey,
were
come get
talking
your
about, we were talking about that. It's like we would really like to have a way of communicating without somebody having to come from the nursery to come in and then them have to go out. It was like, well, how could we do that? Now that is a great idea because if somebody in the nursery was to contact somebody from the sound, you're saying that they could kind of put something on the screen? Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
I'm not sure exactly how it works.
Send a text to the pastor, he's got his phone, if they don't use it, a text can pop on.
He doesn't look at his phone except for the time.
No, but it would be nice if it was like that. They could just go, you know, give them a numbers the way they did it at Mr. Melvin's church. They had a thing over in the corner, which I don't see why you couldn't do something like that. And they had a number, children had a number. And if your number came up, it meant you needed to go out.
Yeah.
So
We can look at
something
this
like
and
that
see.
might could be set up on their screens to do like number one, you need to,
And during
Together.
worship, while the screens might necessarily be black, you could have them on and maybe a blue background or something like that, so it's not distracted, but you could see a number come up.
right, while he's preaching, have a
Yeah.
number come up,
Yeah.
so it's that way. And because like for Sunday, Sarah was back there in the nursery, and she had to go get somebody else to come to get, because she couldn't come in here with the baby, you know, but if she had some way to notify
Right,
the sound.
right.
My church I used to go to did the same thing. They
So you got something in
have
here called
basically
nursery
that
alert.
same kind of
message
system.
alert.
It does have a nursery alert on it?
Yes, it's got a
Sweet.
nursery alert on
See,
it.
that's what we need to do too, because
Yeah.
now that we've got more people with babies coming in,
Yeah.
that I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
So if you push nursery alert, what will it come?
It's asking for a number. So you could probably, we don't use it, so nursery number, see, it probably could be, like you could have a child or something now.
So if they assign the
Put the
number,
number in and see what it does.
yeah, I'd like to see, you know,
You can add it.
yes.
Look at that.
There we
And
go.
see, then if your child is number 10, you know you need to go out.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think that's a great thing.
We
Yeah.
need, we need to
You know,
do
you
that.
could also, as
That's a
far
good
as
idea.
security alert too. In other words, if you spotted something, the guy doing the rounds, spotted something, notifying you,
Yeah.
number 5.
It would be nice to have
911.
the front doors hooked up like they do in a lot of these office buildings, where if the fire alarm goes off, they automatically shut and lock, wouldn't it? And that way, you know, the past,
Well, we keep ours like now.
Except
but
for the front.
At the same time though, if you have a security alert, you could post it like that. And maybe not everybody in the congregation even know what that is.
What it
but a certain
meant.
number of them would and respond and have some idea what to do. But at least you could let them know.
Yeah.
by-
I like that.
yeah, I do too.
The other people might think it's just another nursery alert. So you're not
Right.
causing.
Right, yeah, you don't want to get anybody,
You don't want to get everybody
Nervous.
panicked.
Be jumping
Right,
up
maybe,
and down
maybe.
pews and screaming and all that crap.
Your backgrounds and stuff like that, you can go out on the web and, I mean, you can purchase backgrounds from Easy Worship, which is expensive. I went out on the web here not long ago looking for, you know, religious backgrounds. And the next thing, I got a screen up here. Everything went blue. Caution, you have a virus on your computer. Call this 800 number and we'll help you get rid of it. And I thought, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was luckily I just did a hard shutdown.
Right.
And it came back up clean, you know.
You just can't, I swear you can't hardly click on anything. You
I know it.
Already,
You know,
it's a big
and-
thing.
But it's a lot of, I think a lot of good features and
What
stuff.
kind of comments are you getting now? I know at first a lot of people, there were some that were totally against it, some that loved it.
They like it now.
Did they?
I think they like it. I don't hear any negative comments about it.
Awesome.
It was a little bit of a concern to me with the backgrounds. You know, that people would not be able to read it over there. Carol doesn't like the background. She likes, you know, when you read the music over it. Right, because, but, you know, I said, honey, I said, you're the only one that's complained about it, so, you know, everybody else likes it, so, I mean, you know, so, I mean, she's pretty much accepted it now.
Yeah.
Well,
Where
I
did,
mean,
Well, the music, I mean, the speakers sound good,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it sound real good, you know.
because that's all the speakers you were using just then, right?
Well, for the background music, I used the, you know, the church speakers here.
Did you?
Right, we've got 2 big speakers and then we've got 2 monitors down.
Can
on
you
the floor.
play something now with just the speakers on the TV?
where are you getting the background music? Are you using your own CDs, or are you getting them from offline, on, you know?
No, these are their own CDs.
Okay.
This is, I don't even know where this one came from. It was up here and I liked the song, so I started using just top 25 praise songs.
Okay.
Now this plays through, you know, the
The church. speakers.
church audio system or whatever. We can also play a DVD through the computer, and I've got a little cable that I plug into the headphone jack, and that'll put the computer sound in these speakers, the church speakers, but I don't think it sounds as good as the monitors. Now, one thing we have noticed with the monitors, if you have music in both monitors going, sometimes that's a little bit of distortion. It's like an echo, I guess, the acoustics here and all. And if you have speakers here going, the back one going, the one up there going, then if you're in the middle, it's kind of a,
Yeah, a delay like.
it's kind of a delay, like it doesn't sound good like that. But normally if they're just, like if up there, now this is an example of the, let's see,
Now, do y'all video?
we don't video. That's something I think we ought to get into.
Well, couldn't you, take a remote and turn off the volume on one TV and just leave them on the 2 front?
That's what we end up doing.
Is that the TV speakers?
Yeah, that's the TV speakers.
Wow.
Do we have power up here?
What do you run a battery?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
There's some
Y'all have
power
something
here,
on there,
definitely.
we have a cord.
You can plug in,
I like that music.
Name of that song is called Brother.
Can he plug into that orange plug down there?
yeah. What do you need to charge it?
Yeah.